Hey, you guys, come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. First of all, I do need to apologize for the issue with the time. We had the time wrong. We had it at 10:30 instead of 11:30. So prayerfully, you guys will be able to hop on in here to catch this live. If not, the replay will certainly be up here in whichever space you're watching me from. So whether or not you're here on Facebook, whether or not you're here on LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, or Twitter, then once again, you'll be able to catch the replay here. So those of you that are new to my space, welcome. My name is Beverly Walthour. I am a business strategist specifically for established Christian female coaches who desire to accelerate their income and their impact without compromising their Christian values. So you guys, as you come on into this live, say hi, hello, hey, so that I can see who's on here. Once again, we are on part 3. So if this is your first time checking us out in this series, please go back and catch parts 1 and 2, because 1 lays the foundation. You cannot create 5-figure weeks, and I'm saying weeks, not months, 5-figure weeks in your business without that foundational piece that we talked about on that first day, which was all about some of the reasons why or what may keep you from shifting into creating 5-figure weeks in your business. So you want to make sure that you catch that. So definitely go through and check that out. And then yesterday we talked about, well, who is it that's going to pay us, that's going to invest, $5,000, $10,000, $30,000 to work with me. So we talked about that yesterday when it came to what I call your next level ideal client, right? So if you missed that, because some of you guys are like, well, Belle, my issue is, people aren't even investing at the $1,000 level, and you're talking about somebody's going to invest $5,000 or someone's going to invest $15,000. So once again, we talked a little bit about the psyche of the person that's looking to invest $5,000, $15,000, $30,000 to work with you. And once again, their mindset and the way that they operate and the way that they move is different. And so you want to make sure that you check out part 2 so that you understand how those people who are looking to invest at that level, how they move and how they operate. Because once again, what you did to sign your $1,000 and $2,000 clients is going to look different to sign someone who's going to invest $10,000 or $5,000 or $30,000 to work with you. So once again, all of these pieces, we're laying the foundation for those of you that truly desire to create and shift into 5-figure weeks in your business. So you guys, once again, as you come on in, say hi, hello, hey. Also, let me know what type of coach you are and who it is that you serve. So when I give these examples, you can take these examples and run with them. So let me know. Good morning. And like I said, I do apologize. We had the times mixed up a little bit, but it's all good. And we're here. Once again, this series will be each day this week at 11:30 Eastern time. So we'll do this every day. Hey, Rakita, at 11:30 Eastern time each morning. Hey, Melinda, thank you so much for joining us. Okay. And so you guys, like I said, if this is your first time and you're like, they're part 3, wait a minute, we're having the parts 1, 2. Once again, whichever platform you're joining me from, the replays are there. So just go ahead and once we get done with this, don't leave us now. But once we're done with this, go ahead and catch the replay. Okay. So once again, the first day we talked about the 3 things you want to take into consideration, because if you want to create 5-figure weeks, you can do it. So the question is, if I haven't, what's hindering me, what's impacting me from doing so? And so we talked about 3 things that will hinder you from doing so. So that was day 1. Once again, day 2, we talked about, well, who are these people? Where are these people that will invest $5,000, $15,000, $50,000 to work with you? Okay. Now, day 3. Let's go ahead and dive into day 3. So once again, you guys, if you're catching me on the replay, type in #replay, leave your questions, your comments as well. Once again, those of you that are joining us live, say hi, hello, hey, so that I can see who's on here. Also, let me know what type of coach you are and who it is that you serve, so that once again, I can go ahead and give specific examples to those of you who are on here live. Okay, so now let's go ahead and dive into part 3. So part 3 to this right here, we're going to talk about your actual offer. So once again, people will come to me all the time, Belle, what do I actually put into a $10,000 offer? What do I put into a $99,000 offer? What do I put into a $50,000 offer? And so this is going to be key For a lot of you guys, you can actually take what you already have, but it's not about just slapping a zero on there, and it's not just raising your price point. Because for a lot of my clients, once again, we look at their current offer, and once again, I look at that through the eyes. Well, you'll always hear me say, I look at it through the eyes of the transformation that your ideal client will receive as a result of working with you. So that's going to be one of the key pieces. So I'm actually going to do these out of order. A lot of you guys, you're focusing on the features. Notice what I just said. I look at your offer through the eyes of the transformation. Remember yesterday, that person that's looking to invest $9,000 to work with you for 8 weeks or for 90 days or however long that your services are, they're not worried about, okay, are we meeting on Zoom and I get 12 Zoom calls and I get your 50-page workbook and I get a t-shirt and you get, that's not what they're looking to invest $9,000 with. They're not looking at that. So we have to stop focusing on the features when we're looking at our offers. And a lot of us, once again, we dump a ton of stuff into these offers, one, trying to justify the investment. Well, shoot, if someone's going to invest $9,000 with me, I need to make sure that I put in there everything that I learned for the past 30 years. You know what's going to happen? They're going to end up shutting down and they're not going to do the work. That's not how you create an offer. Now, remember, my background is in education and training. So literally all three of my degrees have been around how people learn and creating curriculum. All of that stuff. I spent that time. That's what I had to do. And so once again, I know how to create those offers at that level in which people are going to actually consume the information and take the action. And that's the part. Okay, Melinda says she's an emotional wellness coach. I serve women of faith to pursue singleness in God. Okay, and so, Melinda, when you say that, you say an emotional wellness coach, I serve women of faith to pursue singleness in God. And so, Melinda, okay, when you say that, I'm going to be real honest. Y'all know me. I could be transparent with this right here. I'm not 100% sure what this means. I serve women of faith to pursue singleness. So when you say singleness, do you mean, and let me know, because I want to make sure that I get this right. So when I give these examples, it makes sense. So Melinda, are you saying that you are they single women that you serve, and you know what they are doing and what they're working on in their singlehood? Or are you saying pursuing singleness with God as far as those women who are seeking God first, like seek ye first the kingdom of God, so their single focus is on God? So okay, you guys, I'm just saying. And so this is going to be part of your offer. And you guys, I promise you, this is my first time, like Melinda, I don't know if Melinda's, I don't recall her being on a live with me before and sharing this. So that you guys, this is some real time stuff. Like this is happening in real time. And so Melinda, and I pray you know my heart on this and you can feel my heart on this, but that confused me, of what you said that you did. And so if we have to break it down of what do you mean by that, then it may be going over some people's heads of what it is that you do. And you see what I'm saying? Because if I had to ask you to explain what it is that you do, not the how, because once again, the how is different. Now, if I would have asked you how you do that, then that would have been a different story. I would have been okay with that. But the part where I had to ask, okay, what does that mean? That's the part where I'm a little bit concerned. Because if I'm asking that, then there may be other people out there that when they see your messaging or hear your messaging, they're asking the same thing. And so, Melinda, like I said, y'all, Melinda don't know me like that. And so I'm just going to encourage you, Melinda, to work on that a bit. Now, if the Holy Spirit gave it to you like that and said, say it like this, then you run with it. But, for me reading that, it was a little bit confusing to me. Okay. So I'm going to be transparent. Okay. Thank you for that. Like I said, I just pray that she felt my heart on that right there, because like I said, I haven't had interaction with her. And so when I saw that, and because you guys know me, I want all of us to win. I want us to lead the way when it comes to coaching. I want us as Christian female coaches to lead the way in our industry. And so you guys, part of this thing, when it comes to you being able to sell services for $5,000, $10,000, I don't care if it's $100,000, there has to be a level of clarity to it where people understand what it is. Because when they hear about what it is that you do, you want them to be like, yes, that's exactly what I need. 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 They'll There we go. Amy said I have confused. Yes. But hey, look. Okay, thank you for feeling and seeing my heart on this, Melinda. She said, no, you're right. I'm faced with that. I'm working on my niche. So yeah, Melinda, yeah, I would strongly encourage, because once again, if it can go multiple ways and people can read that in multiple ways, then once again, it's going to be, there's that lack of clarity that we need to work on. So that once again, when you talk about it, so once again, I talk about, hey, I'm a business strategist for established Christian female coaches who desire to accelerate their income and their impact without compromising their Christian values. And so they're like, okay, you help them with income and impact. Now, the follow-up question may be how. Now, Bev, how do you do that? But the follow-up question is never, okay, what does that mean? It's not that. And once again, even now, if you go through and you look, because it's something that I feel like God has been pressing on me, show my daughters how to create 5-figure weeks. Show my daughters how to create 5-figure weeks. Show my daughters how to create 5-figure weeks. So if you notice, even some of my messaging is going to change, and you're going to see in my bio, hey, are you ready to create 5-figure weeks? If the answer to that is yes or no. Yes or no. So even with my tagline of being able to help my established Christian female coaches accelerate their income and their impact without compromising their Christian values, hey, are you ready to create 5-figure weeks? Any of that I say, once again, they're not going to ask me, what does that mean? Once again, they may ask me, how do I do it? And that's where the juicy stuff comes in. That's why I really get to talk about how it is that I support my clients and being able to shift into 5-figure weeks in their business. So it's the same thing. You really want to make sure that you have that clarity on who it is that you serve. And when you're having that conversation with people, you guys, let me know if this is helping anyone. Let me know if this is helping anyone. So Melinda, like I said, the same thing, I would really and truly work on that. So whether or not, and once again, you guys, this is off the fly, off the cuff, and all of that good stuff. So Melinda, with what it is that you said, I'm going to put it back up on the screen. So you said an emotional wellness coach. And so once again, from what I get from that title, once again, she's working from the emotional aspect of what it is that she's supporting her people with. That was the only reason why I was able to think about, well, maybe when she said singleness with God, that is their focus on God. That was the only reason, because she said emotional wellness and she didn't say like she was a relationship coach. So once again, that was the only reason why I'm like, well, maybe it's two things that she's doing. It could be one or two things. That was the only reason why I was able to pick up on what it was that she could possibly be doing. And so, Melinda, what you want to do, you want to make sure that people are super crystal clear, that they're not asking you, what does that mean? You don't want them to ask you, what does that mean? So once again, even with where you went back to when you mentioned the intimacy with God. And so once again, whether or not it's, an emotional wellness coach, I serve women of faith, who desire to, I don't know, and I'm making this up, increase their intimacy with God, or who desire to pursue more intimacy with God, something like that. But once again, that part, we want to make sure that we're clear on that. Because like I said, if I desire to, if I'm looking to invest $5,000, I have to be super crystal clear on what it is that I'm investing in, that type of thing. So we want to make sure that we have that clarity. Okay. So thank you so much for your transparency as well, Melinda, in sharing that. Okay. And so you guys, once again, we want to stop focusing on, hey, they get 12 weeks, with me. Hey, you get the Zoom calls, you get the Voxer support. Hey, you get email support. Once again, that's not what they're going to invest $15,000 in. Hear me. They are not investing $15,000 for 12 Zoom calls with you. They're not doing that. So those of you that are leading with that, and I was having a conversation with one of my clients yesterday, I'm like, we have to stop leading with these features. That's not what they're focusing on. They're not focusing on that. Remember, they are focusing on the transformation. They are focusing on the transformation. That type of thing. You see what I'm saying? So that's what you lead with your offer. You lead with the transformation. What are they going, or who will they become as a result of working with you? Who will they become as a result of working with you? That's a powerful question to ask yourself when you're thinking about your offer. What's that promise? What's your program promise? You see what I'm saying? That's what you want to focus on. So you focus on that transformation. You lead with that transformation. And then the other thing would be, okay, so if this is what they're going to walk away with, so I'm going to use Melinda, because Melinda put in there, intimacy with God. So more intimacy with God. And so once again, ask yourself, what does that intimacy with God, them having more intimacy with God, what will that look like for him or her? I think she said women of faith. So how will she know that she has that intimacy with God? What will shift in her life? What will change in her life? You see what I'm saying, you guys? You see what I'm saying? And so once again, we want to have that clarity. We want to have that clarity. And so, Melinda, you may even want to consider even the title that you're using to see if there's a better title that would fit what it is that you desire, and how it is that you want people and what you want to be known as when it comes to you being that coach. And so you guys, I pray that this is helping other people as well. So once again, we're shifting the focus from the features and, like I said, the number of things, the tangible stuff, that's why we do that. That's why we do that tangible stuff, because it's easier for me to say, okay, yeah, you get the 12 Zoom calls, I can check off on a list, that type of thing. And we really and truly want to focus on that transformation. And like I said, who will she or he become as a result of working with you? That's what we want to focus on. Now, some of us, we are so afraid to charge $5,000 for our services, $15,000 for our services, $30,000. Like if I were to go to Amy, I don't know if Amy is still on here. If I were to go to Amy and I'm like, Amy, you know what? You can create an offer for $15,000. When I say that to you, and not just Amy, this is to everyone who's listening. What comes up for you when I say that? What comes up for you when I say that? There are going to be a couple of questions that's going to come up, or a couple of thoughts that's going to come up. One of them is going to be, okay, what in the world will I be able to, what will that offer look like? That's going to be one thing. What will that offer look like? Two, Bev, they're not even buying at the $200 level, which should be $15,000 level. Well, Bev, I had people before, this one right here that's scrolling across the screen, they didn't get the results. And so they didn't get the results at $2,000. So here we talking about $15,000. Bev, look, the math ain't mathing. The math ain't mathing. And so there are all these things that bubble up mindset wise. There are feelings that actually bubble up. Some of you guys, there's actual a physical reaction that you experience when you think about that. And for a lot of you guys, that's why you don't have that high ticket or that premium offer, because of the stuff that comes up for you mindset wise and physically. But once again, there are things that you can do to address those things. We talked about some of it on Monday. So once again, make sure that you check out, because Monday was the foundational live for all the rest of this stuff. I love this, Rakita. It has to be Rakita, because I see Slay the Stage on here. A lot of what you're saying is what I thought about when revising my mission statement yesterday. Our mission is to transform women of God from simply being public speakers to being powerful presenters who slay the stage. And so, Rakita, this right here, mighty God. Because you guys, I want everyone to read this. So whether or not you're on this live or whether or not you're watching the replay, do you even feel this shift? Like, I feel a next level in that mission statement that Rakita just had here. She was like, oh no. So she doesn't want to work with those of you that want to just be public speakers. No, she wants to work with powerful presenters. Those people that know that when they get up and they open their mouths, they want to be able to shift the atmosphere. They want to be able to shift the room. They don't want those people being the same as they were before they came into the room. That's not what they want. There's a difference. And Rakita wants to work with those people that are at that stage. And so, Rakita, there are people that will invest $9,000, $15,000, $30,000 to be able to slay the stage like that. You see what I'm saying? So you guys, this is the part. This is that next level that I'm talking about. Now, once again, I'm going to say this every single live. Does this mean that all of your services need to be $5,000 plus? No, that is not what Bev is saying. That's not what I'm saying. But too many of us are only looking at trying to figure out, how do I sell this $2,000 offer? How do I sell a $1,500 offer? When you literally have a $5,000 offer that you're sitting on. When you have a $15,000 offer that you're sitting on. So that $3,000 offer, which probably should be $15,000, how much money are you leaving on the table? Well, babe, I can't even sell it for $3,000. That's because it's supposed to be $15,000. That's why you can't sell it for the $3,000. I'm just saying. That's why you can't sell it at the $3,000, because it's not even priced correctly. That part right there. I have finally realized, while I'm checking grammar, plagiarism, and formatting, this is not what my clients are seeking. I have to speak to their desires, not the process. That part right there, Amy, is coming. It's coming. It's coming. Yes, Melinda, that statement was so powerful from Rakita. The crazy part is, I have women who want to work one-on-one with me, which is a lot of money, but I can't sell my group programs. I want more in there. So Rakita, first of all, let's reframe. Because Rakita said, it's not a lot of money. A lot of money compared to what? A lot of money relative to what? That's the first thing. The second thing, Rakita, when you're talking about group programs, especially if you want to siphon more people into your group coaching programs, you have to create an element where even in that group coaching program, it feels like next level. You see, gotcha, Rakita. So you guys, once again, you can have a $5,000 group coaching program. You can have a $5,000 group coaching program. But what does that look like? What are those elements that you want to have as a part of that? What's included in a $5,000 group coaching program? So Rakita, we would need to look at that group coaching program to see if, once again, how we can add elements of that. And not to say that her group coaching program is trash. We're not saying that. But we can create a group setting where, once again, they feel empowered to be around these other powerful people. But also keeping in mind, there are some people where they thrive. They prefer to work with you one-on-one, and that's fine. And the thing is, if they're going to work with you one-on-one, the investment point needs to be to where, once again, they're like, okay, because they know at that one-on-one, that's more of a high touch point, white glove type of situation. But you can also create that environment in a group coaching program as well. You can create it in a group setting. Think about it. There are people that have $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 masterminds. Those are groups. Those are groups of people. But once again, it's all in when you're speaking to that ideal person. When you think about ideally, once again, if you're going to have a group coaching program that's high ticket or premium, which you certainly can, because what I'm talking about, if you notice, I never did say whether or not it was one-on-one or group. I never said that. I'm just mentioning the investment, but you can do this in a group setting, and you can do this one-on-one. But once again, what does that look like? What's going to be that distinguishing piece to that, to where they're running to be in a $5,000 group setting? That type of thing. So it certainly can be done. Okay, Melinda, I help women of faith who are busy helping others that they don't realize their own self-worth and struggle to maintain healthy personal and professional relationships. That's very interesting, Melinda. That's very interesting. So it seems like they're struggling with some boundaries with themselves and boundaries with other people as well. So that's very interesting, Melinda, because even the way that you described that, and when I think about intimacy with God, I would have never thought about that. I would have never thought about that part right there. So there's certainly a disconnect in the messaging, Melinda, where, once again, it's going to make it harder for people to invest with you because, once again, there's a disconnect in the messaging. And so, you guys, we definitely want to make sure that that messaging is on point where, like I said, it's clear and succinct and people get it. Like, boom, yeah, I want more of that. That's what I need in my life. And so, you guys, like I said, with your offers, once again, some people, they struggle with pricing it at this particular level. Once again, because, like I said, people not buying it at the lower level, at the lower price level. Where I had people before and they didn't get the results. You guys, I'm telling you, those are some things that can play with you mindset-wise. But this part right here, These next two parts I'm getting ready to talk about, these next two parts are going to be key in creating high ticket and premium programs. These next two things that I'm getting ready to mention, so make sure you lean in, are going to be key in creating your high ticket and your premium services. One, only put things in there that you can deliver on. Not stuff that you're testing out and stuff that you're trying. No, stuff that you've already proven that you can do, that you can deliver on, that people have gotten results with. That's going to make a difference. So one of my clients, she was like, "Bev, I need you to help me create this $5,000 offer." And the thing was that I told her, I said, well, actually, I said, the program that you have right now, I said, that can be your $5,000 offer. But we have to deliver on some things first. You see what I'm saying? Like, once again, there are some things that we need to, where she has to be confident in what it is that she's offering, confident in the results that her people are achieving, that type of thing. So it's okay, once again, if you have to start off, and once again, if your offer is at $3,000 now, it's not saying that that can eventually be your $9,000 offer or your $15,000 offer. It can. It can. So that's why you want to hone in and focus on. Remember what I talked about. They're paying you. They're investing in the transformation. So that's what you want to be clear on, that transformation. Concentrate on and focus on helping them to get the results. And then once again, you can always raise your prices. You can always do that. But the issue that some of you guys had, like your starting off point wasn't priced right to begin with. And that's where the struggle is coming in. But once again, do note that your program can start at one point, and then once again, it goes up. The more results, the more transformations that people experience. That also lets you know who are the best fits for your program. So when it goes back to this right here, those that didn't get results, go back through and analyze, were they actually a good fit for the program to begin with? If the answer is no, then that's why. So the more people that you get in, the more that you deliver, you see what I'm saying? That's going to also let you know who's a good fit for it and who's not. And so that way, as you're refining that as well, and you're going up on the price, you know exactly who to look for and who to target for that program. That part right there. So once again, you want to ensure that in your high ticket programs, you have in there only the things that you can deliver on. Not, like I said, not the stuff that you're testing out. Not the, I think it's going to be no, You want those things where you're like, for sure. If I get my ideal client in here and they follow the process, they should be able to get the result. Now, notice what I said, the things that you can deliver on, that you can deliver on. That's what we're talking about. And once again, you could be super crystal clear in saying this. If I get my ideal people in there, that's why it's so important for you to know who your ideal person is for that offer. That's why we talked about it yesterday. If I get my ideal people in here, they follow the process, this was the result that they're going to be able to walk away with. That's why this is so important. So once again, what can you deliver on? What can you deliver on? That's what you want to have in there. You want to be super crystal clear on those things. Make sense? And then this is going to be the final piece for today. Once again, my goal is to try to keep these at 30 minutes. Another key element. So once again, one of the key elements, what can I deliver on? Another key element when it comes to creating your high ticket and your premium offers is being able to convey with your offer them investing in this thing and how them investing in this thing makes more sense for them to invest in this versus something else. So for instance, speaking with one of my clients yesterday, we had a session yesterday. And so she works with parents. One of the people that she works with is parents. And so her and I were talking about this very thing. So if we're saying that it's $2,500 to work with me for 4 weeks, right, as this parenting coach, what I need to keep in mind as well when I'm talking about my offer is I have to be confident in, especially when it comes to that pricing and everything. This would make more sense for them to invest in this thing versus when I look at the investment for this $2,500 for 4 weeks versus the amount that they would invest in counseling for the child or therapy for the child. You see what I'm saying? Counseling for the couples or therapy for the couples versus the cost of a divorce versus the cost of the child ending up in the system because of their behavior. You see what I'm saying? Let me know if that makes sense. So once again, when I say this versus other options, when you're looking at your program, when you're looking at your offer, you should be that sold on your offer where if they don't get in here, you see what I'm saying? Like the level of results that they're going to get here compared to what's going to happen if they invest in something else, where once again, you know, in as little as 4 weeks, they're going to start to see these types of results. And the investment is only $2,500 versus doing the counseling over how many years? How much is that? How much of an investment is that going to be? How much of an emotional, mental toll is that going to take? Or versus the parents going through a divorce because of what's going on with the child, how much of a financial cost is that going to be? How much of a mental and emotional toll? You see what I'm saying? That's how you have to look at what it is that you offer. That's the level in which you have to believe in, the level of transformation that you believe in with your services. Hey, Regina. Hey. Yeah, definitely come back and catch the beginning of this. That's the level of confidence that you have to have in what it is that you offer. And so one thing, so once again, I know we have Rakita on here, and Rakita helps people once again become powerful presenters. And so when we think about it, what are the options that they have when it comes to them being able to work on their presentation skills so that they become powerful presenters? Yeah, they could do Toastmasters. Yeah, they can do something that maybe that their job offers. But once again, notice what Rakita said. These people desire to be powerful presenters. So that means that they have a different level of impact that they're looking to create. So they don't just see it as themselves getting up there and presenting something on behalf of their company or their business. They're looking to shift these atmospheres. So what are you willing to invest to be able to become this powerful presenter? So no matter where you go, so whether or not you're on a stage in front of 50,000 people, or whether or not you're doing a podcast interview, whichever one it is, you know that when you walk away from that stage, that platform, that one, you were able to powerfully deliver the message. Two, people are going to remember that presentation that you gave. Three, other opportunities are going to be presented to you because of how you presented and how you had those people and made those people feel as a result of your presence in that room. How much are you willing to invest to have that type of impact on people? You guys, this is how we have to look at what it is that we offer. That's why the first thing I started off, we have to stop focusing on, okay, yeah, you get 12 Zoom calls and a workbook and all that stuff. No. And even with those things that I mentioned, Toastmasters, once again, there's nothing wrong with Toastmasters. There's nothing wrong with the professional development that our employer sends us to. But are those things going to help you to create and develop and to cultivate into that level of speaker and presenter that they desire to be? That's the question. So that's what I mean when I say this versus other options, because technically there's always going to be other options out there. Technically there's going to always be other options. Once again, I know that Amy's on here. Amy helps people when it comes to, one of the pieces that she does, look, I'll take your live. We're going to transcribe it. We're going to then use that to be able to help you, one, create a digital footprint. Two, to be able to drive more traffic to your website so that now you have more ideal people coming to your website, finding out more information about you because people are nosy. And once again, if I'm going to invest $5,000 in your services, I'm going to check you out first. So once again, there are people out there, well, hey, I can go ahead and I can just, send this over to Rev. I can send this over to Timmy. Or, hey, I can go over there and, over there on Fiverr and get somebody for $5 to do it. Yes, you certainly can. But they're not going to be able to deliver on all of this. This is what you're going to be able to walk away with. Something that is in alignment with your brand. Something that you don't then have to go back through yourself and cross it out and dot all that. No, we're not doing that. So Amy's like a copywriter on steroids because once again, she gets your voice. So once again, she gets in there. She wants to make sure that that content is in alignment with your brand so that it represents your brand. Amy, I hope you're catching this. Exactly. When they go through and they use those other businesses and stuff like that, or those other services, they still have to do your people. No, I don't want to do the work. I'm paying you to do the work for me. Like I said, very similar to like what a copywriter does in that sense of getting their voice. You see what I'm saying, Amy? You have to look at yourself. Not only do you get their voice when it comes to that content, but think about it, Amy. They can literally take that information, not just, yes, they can put it on their website, but now I can also send that information out to my email list. I can also use that content for my social media pages. Amy, you have to see the enormity of what it is that you do. My one-on-one clients tell me they like that I'm a Christian woman too. That part, look right there. That part right there. You guys, once again, we have to step into our, when I say our bigness, and when I'm talking about our bigness, going back to this versus other options, because like I said, there's going to always be other options out there, period. Always other options. I don't care what you say. There's going to always be other options. Look, that part, I'm just saying, Amy, LinkedIn article, social, I'm telling you. There's power in what it is that you do. The thing is, you have to recognize that power and step boldly and confidently in it. Own it. That's how you've been gifted. And that's fine, because like I said, I don't want to have to do all of that stuff. I just want to get on here and do my live and then know that I have someone in my corner that's going to take care of all the rest of that stuff for me. You see what I'm saying? That part right there. That's going to be the part, you guys. So you guys, I'm telling you, when it comes to your offers, and like I said, those of you that are looking to create offers that are $5,000 plus, these are some key elements you want to have as a part of your offer. These are key things that I go through with my clients. And like I said, we peel back the layers. We make sure step by step, we go through this step by step. So when they are done and they have this offer and it's priced, they feel confident. That's why they're able to raise the price on the thing, and they feel confident about what it is that they're doing. I've shared with you guys one of my clients where the offer she had at $1,500. We went through this process. She repriced it for $6,500 and sold 2 of them within 48 hours. 2 of them. So now look how much additional revenue she's able to bring in now anytime that she sells this offer. And the crazy part was when she initially, the offer that she had, the one for $1,500, she wasn't selling it consistently. So what was going on to where within 48 hours, she was able to sell 2 of those things? What happened? What changed? So that's why I told you guys, it's more than just slapping a 0 on the end. That's not how you create a high ticket or a premium offer. You don't just slap a 0 on the end. That's not what it takes. Because if that was the case, wouldn't everyone be selling high ticket services? Just saying. So you guys, that's all that I got for you. That's all that I have for you guys. So you guys, once again, this is the next key element when it comes to being able to shift and create 5-figure weeks. Hey, this is what it takes. Hey. And so you guys, this is what it takes. This is what it looks like. These are the steps to being able to shift into 5-figure weeks. You guys, I'm telling you, every last one of us. And I'm speaking specifically to my Christian female coaches. I look, what they doing out there in the world, that's them. I'm talking to you guys. We can all create 5-figure weeks, 5-figure days in our coaching business, period. When I see that statistic that only 12% of female entrepreneurs hit 6 figures in their business, only 12%. Oh, we gonna make sure that we representing that 12. We gonna make sure we representing that 12. We're gonna make sure we're in that 12. As a matter of fact, only about 4% make $1 million. How about that's the place I want us to be? 4.2%. Let's us shift into that 4.2%. Let all 4.2% be us. As Christian female coaches, let all 4% be us. Yes, I'm telling you, when you read that, because first of all, everyone thinks in the online space, everybody no. So my thing is, I'm like, okay, God, I'm going to carve out my little space over here in this online world to show these Christian female coaches how to create these 5-figure weeks, these 5-figure days in their coaching business. I'm going to do what I can. I know I can't serve everybody, but I'm going to do what I can. I'm going to serve who I can. Carve out that space in the area, in the niche in which God has called you to, and watch what happens. Watch what happens. So like I said, I'm going to carve out my little space there. Those I can help, those I can serve. Because I know I can help you hit the 6 figures. I know I can do that. But I'm telling you, it starts back with what we talked about starting on the first part to this. That part right there. But like I said, every last one of us in here, as Christian female coaches, you have a $5,000 plus offer in you. Once again, does that mean all of your services have to be $5,000? No. But too many of us don't have services at that high ticket or premium area in that vein there. And that's why some of you guys, you shouldn't be struggling the way that you're struggling. You shouldn't be. That part, you should not be struggling how you are. And for so many of you guys, when you sell that first $5,000 or that first $10,000 or that first $30,000 offer, one of my clients, her $50,000 offer, when she sold that thing, and she was like, "Damn, I didn't even have a bunch of stuff." I know, because we sat there and created together. So I know she didn't have a bunch of stuff in there. I knew exactly what she had in there. And she was so amazed that someone invested $50,000. I wasn't. Because the thing is, we did exactly what we talked about as far as only putting stuff in there that she could deliver on. Her understanding this positioning when it came to this versus them doing something else, how it would be a no-brainer for them to invest in that. And for your ideal client, that $15,000 price point, that $30,000 investment is going to be a no-brainer for them. It's going to be a no-brainer, especially when you know how to position it. That part right there. This part, I'm telling you, the scaling up. And you guys, this is the part. And for so many people, they're like, well, Bev, I'm struggling to sell the service at $1,500 or $2,000. And I said this earlier. The reason why you're struggling to sell it at the $1,000 or the $2,000 mark is because it actually should be $7,500. It should actually be $15,000. That's why you can't sell it at the $1,000 or $2,000 or sell it consistently, because it's out of alignment. It's out of alignment. That's why. That is why. Y'all know I love y'all. Y'all know I love y'all. So of course, you guys, any of you guys need support and being able to shift into that space of shifting into $5,000, shifting into 5-figure weeks. Once again, it's so much easier for me to create a 5-figure week selling my $5,000 services or selling a $10,000 service versus trying to sell 10 of my $1,000 services. That's exhausting. One of my clients, she's getting to the point, she's like, man, this is too much. This is too much. I said, now are you ready to raise your prices? Some of you guys are running yourselves into the ground trying to serve 15 $1,000 clients versus serving just one $15,000 client. Well, Ben, where are these people in the current audience right now waiting on you to speak to them? In your current audience right now waiting on you to speak to them? That's where they are. You don't have to go get them. They're already there. They're already there. That's the beauty of this. They're already there. But they're not responding to your messaging because you're still talking to the $1,000 or the $2,000 investor. That's not them. That's not them. They're ready to invest that $9,000 to work with you for 12 weeks, for 8 weeks, for 4 weeks, however long it is. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And so tomorrow we're going to talk about pricing. We're going to talk about pricing. How powerful would it be if you presented someone with your $15,000 offer and they paid you $15,000 in full? How powerful would that be? And what if you just sold one of those a week? For some of you guys, like, shoot, babe, if I just sold two of those a month, I'm straight. What if you just sold two of them a month then? But if you can sell two a month, you can sell four a month. You really can. But it's all in how you're positioning that pricing. So tomorrow's going to be all about pricing, okay? So you guys, that's all that I have for today. I said 30 minutes here, we're at 45-minute mark. Let me go ahead and go. So you guys, of course, if you have any questions about how I may be able to support you, if you're desiring to shift into 5-figure weeks in your coaching business, let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation, okay? So whichever platform you're reaching out to me on, so whether or not you're on my personal page, my Facebook personal page, my Facebook business page, in my Facebook group, whether or not you're joining me from LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, whichever one of these platforms you're joining me from, just reach out to me. We can have a conversation about how I may be able to support you. Once again, I'm shooting for that 12%, that 4%. I'm shooting for the 4%. I'm bringing as many of you guys as I can to that 12%. I know I can help you get 6 figures. That part right there we can do. I haven't done $1 million yet in a year. I haven't done it in a year. So look, that's my next goal, $1 million in a year. But I'm gonna bring as many as you guys as I can into that that multi 6 figure. I can do, like I said, I can do 6 figure, I can do multi 6 figures. Now that next breakthrough for me is my million. So I want to bring as many as you guys as I possibly can into that 6 figure and that multi 6 figure world. It's powerful because now you have options. Now you have more choices. Now you have more resources that you can work with. Okay. So you guys, once again, that is all that I have for you. Once again, if you have specific questions on how I may be able to support you in shifting into 5-figure weeks in your coaching business, hit me up. You guys, thank you so much for joining me. And I will see you guys on the other side of this live. Take care. Take care. Take care.